Welcome back, fans of all things Disney. Today I have another edition of pin mail for you, and it's a little bit of pin mail as well as different things that I've purchased to kind of help me explore my pin collection. Oh goodness. All right, so if you're new to the channel, I do have the 3 dogs, and that was just Iris kind of flinging her stuffed duck around, and now that's the squeaking. So it's going to happen. If you come to this channel, you kind of love that. If not, I apologize. But so I do have a whole bunch of pin mail to open up for you, as well as a couple of other goodies that I purchased for myself to help me with the pin collection. Before I jump in and I do any of that, just a quick reminder about our April drawing. At the end of the month, we will draw one subscriber's name, and that winner will be able to let us know their wants and wishes for Disney, and I will go shopping to create a customized box of mystery goodies for the winner. The way that you enter to that drawing is you just have to be a subscriber. So hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. New subscribers in the month of April will get 3 entries into the drawing. Existing subscribers, you always have one as our thanks to you for being subscribers. And then you get additional entries for any comment that you place on any of our videos we've uploaded over the course of April. The puppy is chewing on the boxes. Iris is flinging the duck around. It is mayhem here as usual. Drop, drop. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in because we have some pretty awesome things, and let me just share. One of them is one of my grails. I am so excited. I just had stumbled across it, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I had just written it off. It wasn't going to be something that I would ever get because of the cost. But my husband treated me to it because of our potentially canceled cruise and the whole situation with, birthday at the end of the month, being in quarantine and all that. So he just wanted to put a smile on my face, so he treated me to it, and I cannot wait to share it with all of you. So we'll see if the dogs can calm it down just a little bit while I go ahead and jump in to the very first piece. And this one, oh my goodness. So this isn't a Grail, but this one definitely put a huge, huge, huge smile on my face. Oh, the puppy just accidentally bit me when she was playing with Iris. So this one is coming from Maya, and this is a pin that I actually purchased from her. I've been kicking myself because I have a handful of different things that I like to collect. If you follow the channel, you know I love Stitch, I love Baymax, Mulan, Wally, right? Those are my primary things that I am most interested in. But if you have followed the channel from the beginning, you also know that I have a love for Elliot from Pete's Dragon. It reminds me of when I was a little girl and my dad and I would watch the movie, and he is not a silly man by any stretch of the imagination. But he had this silly little voice that he would do with Elliot, and it always brings back such great memories for me. So, I've been kicking myself because last year's pin event, which was held right at Epcot, and I don't know how I didn't even know it was happening, was themed fairy tales, and they had quite a few pins that featured Elliot on there. So this little buddy I was able to get from Maya. Thank you so much, Maya. You have no idea how excited I was when this came in. It is a limited edition pin, as you can see there. I didn't take it off of the card, but I want to say it's limited edition, I don't know, maybe 500 or something like that. But truthfully, I don't even care. It's got Elliot on it. So I am good to go. Love, love, love this pin. And I learned a very, very valuable lesson. I am going to be all over when different pin events are from now on and what the themes are, so that I don't get locked out of things and I don't miss things. And because unfortunately, while this was originally $17.99 at the event, Maya was amazing and did not charge me even close to that. Or I'm sorry, did not charge me way over the price. But people are selling these things on eBay for $50, and that's just crazy. And when I say it can be ridiculous, today was the release of some of the limited edition Stitch I Collect pins, and it's already on there. $17.99. They're $18 pins, and there are people that already have them posted on eBay for $100. Now there's clearly a demand for that because people are paying it, but you know, it's kind of crazy. So Maya, I am so grateful that you were very reasonable, allowed me to add this little buddy to my collection and didn't kind of gouge the price. I'm so grateful for that. So thank you if you happen to be watching this video. So that is one of the first ones. Learned a lesson that, you know, for future pin events, I'm just going to kind of be all over those things. And I'm also going to make sure that I'm going to make offers on things when I'm seeing them on eBay as well, because I've learned that as well over the last couple of weeks. Is if you see something that's really up there, just make an offer. Somebody might be more than willing to accept that. Now this next one here is another one that you will understand as soon as you see it why I just had to have it. But as soon as I show it to you, I am going to have to put it back in the packaging because it is actually a Mother's Day present that just came in. I had shared with my son, who is also a Game of Thrones fan, how much I loved this pin, and he of course not really surprised me with it because I had it on my phone and said, hey, look at this, and then walked away from my phone, and then wouldn't you know, something showed up in the mail. But this is a fantasy pin, and I will show you that here. You will understand as soon as you see it why I had to have it. So you've got Elliott right there and Mushu as two of the dragons, and then of course you have, I think that is, maybe you guys can help me out with it. That looks like the dragon, that looks like Maleficent's dragon, I have to be honest. I might be wrong, but if you think it's something different, if you can just let me know. And then there is Elsa, who is kind of serving as the role of Mother of Dragons, of Daenerys Stormborn. So I have no idea what the puppy is barking at. So I'm gonna go and check on that 1 second. Okay, so I continue to be impressed with this puppy because she was barking to get our attention so she could go outside. She is not even 3 months old, she's about 2.5 months old at this point, maybe close to 3. And she is letting us know when she has to go outside to go potty. That's pretty awesome. I'm pretty pleased with that. So right now, Allie has the puppy, so I can continue kind of sharing some pins with you. So I'll show you this one again. This is a fantasy pin that I have seen out there for a while, but the mix of the love of Elliott as well as all things Mulan, so with Mushu, and then the Game of Thrones theming on this one, it's just perfect. It's perfect for me. So I am so grateful that my son kind of took the hint. I'm going to package it right back up so that it can be wrapped up and ready for me for Mother's Day. Or maybe they'll have pity on me and let me take it a little early so I can work on my pin display. But that is an early Mother's Day present, and I am so happy to get that one. Then this one here, let's see. This one actually came from a gentleman that is in one of my Facebook groups. I want to say that this one it's either Disney Pins Blog Community or it's coming from Disney Pin Trading Worldwide, and had so many great pins that he had available. So I just went ahead and I picked a whole bunch, and the prices were exceptionally reasonable. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull these out. Okay, I'm gonna start with this one here because we have a little bit of a theme going here with my pins. All right, so I'll show you this one here. This is an Elliott Hidden Mickey. You can see that there, and it's really cute, and I don't believe that was one that I had. So I said, you know, let me go ahead and grab that one. If it is one that I have, then that's okay. That's 2 Elliott pins. One might go into the trading book, or I might just keep one, you know, as an extra. And then this one here, this is, oh, there goes the puppy through. This is a replica medal for the Incredibles 5K series. If you do follow the channel, you know that not this past year, but the year before that, I did all of the Run Disney races, the first year that we moved to be Florida residents. And I have been doing the virtual 5K series for the last 3 years. I've been doing the Run Disney races for several years before that. But I did take this year off for a variety of reasons. But I did not get myself this replica medal when it was first out, and I did do the series. So I wanted to add that to the pin collection, and it was a very reasonable price. Now, 3 of these other pins, these are also hidden Mickeys. These are the little gift boxes that were a relatively new hidden Mickey series, and I really like those. I like anything that's kind of an object but that is done up as the characters. I've just always liked that. So for these being little gift boxes, you've got Donald, and then I believe that one would be Goofy, and then you have, of course, Chip there. And oh my God, the puppy almost just wiped out. And then, of course, keeping in theme with our Disney Cruise Line and my wishes for the Disney cruise to not be canceled, we have a little bit of a Goofy Disney cruise figure and Duffy Bear. I love Duffy. I think he's going to be another character, Duffy and Shelly May, that I actively look to collect because they are just too cute. And then also from the same person, I'll hold that one till last, from the same person, so a couple more of the gift boxes. You can see the little Pluto one there, and then Minnie's up in the corner. You can see I've got the little Pluto Cruise Line figure as well, and then a couple of little Duffy Bears that are in their little costumes. And again, I love everything kind of Duffy. So that was great when I saw that he had all of those available. This wasn't a trade. This was a purchase. I saw it on his Facebook page, and they were very reasonable prices, so I went ahead with it. Now these next couple, the Stitch one, it's a given. I'm a huge Stitch fan, so I had to go ahead and get that one. I didn't have that pin. But this one here I thought was really interesting. I can't remember exactly how much that one was, but I want to say both of these were like 2 for $6 or something like that. Either way, they were very reasonable, or maybe 2 for $8, so it brought the price down to get the second one. And it's a spinner, and it's the Fab 4, plus it's got that really kind of cool logo in the center. I don't know exactly what you call that, if that's considered lenticular. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's just a fun little spinner. So that was a great purchase. A little bit of pin mail there from that particular person. Then I'm gonna hold the Grail pin for last because, oh, I'm just gonna gush about the Grail pin. Drop. Okay, so this next thing that I purchased is actually, it's not a pin at all, but I found this on, oh my God, girls, stop. So I found this on Amazon, and it is 4 of these little, okay, whew, sorry about that. When they get to wrestling, especially when all 3 of them get to wrestling, it's sometimes interesting. So this I got from Amazon. I want to say it was only $20, and there are 4 of these little pieces of corkboard that are framed with the black frames. And the reason that I liked that as opposed to just regular corkboard is over on my one wall in my office, I have some attraction frames that are also in a black frame. I have attraction posters that are in black frames because I wanted to kind of create that same effect as when you walk into Magic Kingdom and you have all of those different attraction pieces that are framed. So I went ahead and I got this for myself, figuring that this will just look really nice on the same wall, and you can see those there. So what I'm going to do is, like, this one will be Elliott, and then I will have one that's all Mulan, and then one that's all Stitch. And then I'm going to have to decide if I want one that's all Wally or Baymax, or maybe I'll mix my Wally and Baymax. That I'm not sure, but I'll keep the big pin board for the seasonal pin board, but then these will be for kind of my special ones, the ones that go with the specific collections that I'm working on. That way it'll get the pins kind of out of the pin binders and you know, up to where I can see them every day. I have the seasonal pin board, which is really great, but you don't see that unless you're, you know, specifically looking in that one location. So I'd like to kind of spread out all my different pins and decorate the house with them a little bit more than I currently am doing. All right, so 2 more pins from Pin Mail. This first one is not the Grail pin, but it kind of goes right along with the same theme as one of the other ones that I showed you before. This is also a limited edition, and it comes from the Fairy Tales collection, that annual pin event that they just had, and I missed it. So this is kind of the poster of that event. You can see the silhouette of Elliot in the background there, along with several of the other animals that are featured on the poster. And there's no way I'm going to be able to read that very, very tiny print, but let's just take a look. We'll put the glasses on and see if I can read what it says. Yeah, I can't read what that says. I'm going to have to really take a look at it, but I'll hold it up, and those of you that have very, very good eyes, you might be able to make that out. And then I will check it and maybe put it in the comment section for you below. But regardless of what it says, it's got Elliot on the pin. So that was one that I kind of had to have. And again, $17.99 was the original price for this. And the person that I ended up purchasing this from, they do not have their name on the box, but very, very reasonable price. I was so, so pleased with it. And for my Grail pin as well, because it's the same person that we purchased this from, exceptionally reasonable price. I was so pleased with it, and truthfully, I don't think I would have gotten it if they weren't as reasonable with this. So let me just share with you what my very first Grail pin is. It's coming from the Fairy Tales collection. I'm going to just show you how it looks in there. Nice little gift box. It's got that really cute band that goes around it, and then look at the little tag, kind of like a little bit of a dog tag on there. So cute. All right, so let's pull this out. This is a jumbo pin, obviously. Look at that. You can see the little stand there because you can take it out and you can actually have it standing up. You don't have to put it on a pin board. But look who's at the top, right? So you know that that was going to happen because Elliot is there. It's a big paw print, and it has so many of the different characters in there. Just so gorgeous, beautiful, and unique. And Pluto is right there at the top as well. I didn't even realize that this was something that I really, really wanted for myself until I saw it. And once I saw it, it just kind of screamed, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful piece of artwork, basically. I'm gonna take a look at the box. I know that this is limited edition, and it is in fact limited edition of 300. So that's a relatively low limited edition size. I will more than likely, because I think I do want to display this as art, I'm probably going to use the little stand, and I will more than likely put it up in the display right behind us, only because this is something, I'm an everyday use person. That Alice Walker story, I am an everyday use person. I value the things that have great value, but I am not a huge fan of keeping things locked away. When you have an element of beauty and something that brings you joy, for me, you put that out and you enjoy it as best you can, and with every safety precaution possible to make sure that things don't get ruined. But to have things of value like that and to just keep them locked up and to not really be able to appreciate them, that's just not who I am. I know that's who a lot of people are, but it's not who I am. So this is going to be an everyday use item. It's going to be out for me to enjoy, for you to enjoy, especially if I put it back there. I am just so head over heels, not just because of the pin, but because of how I got the pin. That my husband knew that I was bumming about the cruise, and let's be honest, it'll be a miracle if that cruise actually goes. Our cruise is the first week of June, and it's just not looking good. Right now they've only canceled up through mid-May, but it is just not looking good. This cruise that we booked is for our 23rd anniversary. And while it's not a milestone anniversary, it's still something that was going to be special for us. It's been 10 years in the making, planning of this cruise and just saving and trying to make sure that, you know, it was responsible to go ahead and book that cruise. And so I was bumming at the potential, and that sounds ridiculous, to bum at the potential of a vacation being canceled with everything else going on and people losing their lives and things like this, but that was kind of the frame of mind that I was in that particular evening. So my husband went out of his way to ensure that I had a wonderful, wonderful gift, even if it's a little bit early for the anniversary. All right, so my husband just got home, and the dogs, of course, went crazy because they have to go see their papa. But we are back, and just in time to say goodbye. So that was actually it for my pin mail for today. I do have a few other deliveries that have already come in, but I'm expecting a couple more tomorrow. So I figure I will hold off on, I think I have 3 more envelopes left to go through. And then I'll kind of lump everything together for another pin mail. What I will share with all of you is that I am having so much fun being able to work on different collections, either through trading. I've done some great trades with people, just looking at different live pin sales, and then also, of course, the Facebook groups, and being able to just purchase different pieces that I needed for specific collections. While the parks are closed, it's a fun thing to be able to just look through and see what everybody has. And even if you don't purchase something, just to be able to spend a little time kind of dreaming a little bit about Disney and your pin collection and things like that. And I know that we're all kind of going a little bit stir crazy being home. So anything that I can do to kind of keep that level down, I certainly will do. So if there are any kind of pin videos or other kinds of videos that you are interested in, I did have a request to do a video on just kind of how I got into pin trading and collecting, and just little tips and tricks, putting them all in one place in one video. So I'm going to be working on that one, and hopefully I'll have that up by the end of the weekend. But if there are other things that you are interested in, to be able to spend 10 minutes just being entertained and having some fun and laughing at the foolish dogs, and of course me stumbling over my words, please don't hesitate to leave that in a comment below. Or of course you may also put in whatever pin is your favorite from the collection. It's not even close what my favorite is. I think you guys all know what my favorite is. Out of all of the ones that I ended up getting, this one is by far my favorite. So I cannot wait to get this up and to show you guys it all up and on display. So just make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can enter our contest for April. Make sure you're commenting on any and all videos that we upload over the course of the month. And until our next video, bye-bye.